Coming up on 9 News Mornings, wildfires can destroy land for acres or even miles, and normally Mother Nature is able to help recover. New research shows it may need a little help to keep wildfires from burning out of control. Denver has so many amazing food trucks to choose from. Instead of competing against each other, we found a few that will be working together to build up their small businesses. And a popular Netflix show is looking for participants right here in Denver. How you could be cast on Love is Blind. 9 News Mornings starts now.
And this show is apparently the talk of the 9 News newsroom. Everybody's telling me that I have to watch this.
You've never seen Love is Blind?
I've never seen Love is Blind.
None of you?
No.
Okay, get it together.
We are blind to Love is Blind.
We're blind to Love is Blind.
It's wild. You get engaged with someone before even seeing what they look like.
I hate it.
Oh.
Yeah. Love is Blind. You get it?
Got it. It's great.
So you fall in love behind walls.
Well, you have
From
to
viewers'
potentially be
perspective,
on that
drama,
show.
right?
Yeah.
A lot of drama.
We're going to go over all of that coming up in just a moment. First, we're going to check out the forecast.
Yes, indeed. A little windy today, but not nearly as windy as it was on Friday. As you remember, Friday winds were just brutal. So we have a little windy today, but that's because of a frontal system's coming through, and that's going to bring them snow, maybe right down here in Denver, and up to 1.5 feet in the mountains again. So more snow for the high country. It's the winter that will not end. So we've got winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings for the high country, but down here we're only going to see an inch or two, and temperatures will stay in the 30s, so it's not going to be real impactful as far as getting around. But as you can see right now, 31 degrees with clear to partly cloudy skies at this hour. Just a few clouds drifting across the metro area. A couple of snow showers now developing for the mountains. That will continue as this next system moves our way. It'll start out as rain and snow showers, and then the cold air moves in, goes all over to snow. Maybe some scattered snow showers early morning hours. Here it is at 11 a.m. And you can see we do see some snow right here in the metro area, the northeast and all the way to the west. And then it slowly begins to clear out with just lingering snow showers as we get on into Wednesday. So the forecast today, 67 degrees, partly sunny, a little windy at times. I mean, gusting to maybe 40 miles an hour. 27 degrees with cloudy skies for tonight. Rain and snow showers develop. And then tomorrow we see snow, maybe an inch or two. 36 degrees will be the high, so much colder weather. 40 on Wednesday with some lingering snow showers. Then Thursday, opening day for the Rockies, sunny and 50 degrees, so kind of on the cool side. Friday, 63 degrees as the Rockies continue to play through the weekend. Nice weather, 68 on Saturday and 66 for your Sunday.
Alrighty, Ed, and as far as your traffic goes, all in the green this morning as you're pushing down towards the south and east of the city center. Around 70 miles per hour on southbound I-225, I-72, I-25 in around 10 minutes. Up towards westbound I-76, E-470 through Commerce City. We're talking anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes of driving time and 70 miles per hour too. Downtown to DTC, 10 to 15 minutes. Same thing goes the other way around as we're preparing for, once again, a pretty smooth drive out the door. Westbound 36 Denver to Boulder, 10 to 20 minutes and 65 miles per hour.
This morning, we are following several wildfires across our state. A recent windy and dry weather has made for peak wildfire conditions over the past few days. The biggest one is the 403 fire in Park County. Firefighters have lifted the last of the mandatory evacuations. The fire started Thursday morning, and since then, it has burned more than 1,400 acres, which is about 2 square miles. So far, it is 35% contained, and firefighters say it is just burning grass and bases of trees, not any buildings.
In Colorado Springs, a few dozen people had to evacuate their homes because of a fire. It started in a neighborhood near Peterson Space Force Base in the Colorado Springs airport. Firefighters did get a handle on things quickly. It only burned about 5 acres and did not damage any homes.
Firefighters are also keeping an eye on 2 fires in Jeffco. The Hogback fire is 70% contained. This one started south of I-70 near Highway 93 on Friday. Firefighters say down power lines caused this one. And up north of Golden, the Jeffco Sheriff's Office says the Bear Fire was also human caused. That fire burned around 7 acres last night, but it is now 70% contained.
The Stove Prairie Fire burning off Highway 14 in Larimer County is settling down. It started Saturday east of Rustic. It's burned about 33 acres there, and right now it is 75% contained.
Now, we've watched as massive wildfires devoured forests, and historically, we've also seen those forests recover and even eventually grow back. That's Mother Nature at work. Unfortunately, Mother Nature's job is getting a lot harder. This according to some new research from CU Denver. Researchers found that forests are not recovering from fire the way they used to, and it's all because the fires nowadays are just too big and they burn too hot. The seeds needed to regrow the forests are often destroyed in the fires.
It turns out that if you have even one really dry, hot year after a fire, in the first 5 years after a fire, usually means very little regeneration. The seedlings die. They're pretty sensitive.
Suggests that reducing the size and intensity of wildfires will be key in keeping our forests, and the way to do that is to reduce fuels through prescribed burns. The study also suggests cutting emissions to help slow any kind of climate change will be key in reducing the intensity of those fires as well.
Fire danger is a reminder of why we talk about fire mitigation. This is from last month as the Arrowhead fire burned in the Poudre Canyon. The Forest Service says they got that fire under control quickly, in large part thanks to a prescribed burn they did in that area 3 years ago. A Forest Service spokesman says now is the time to do this kind of work.
Spring is a good time to do burns. Same reason that we have wildfires. Fuels out there are drier before green up, but we know green up's coming. Sometimes we can do it in December and when there's some snow on the ground for some of the area. And then other times we need the spring or even early summer to be able to address that.
The Forest Service has 2 prescribed burn plans for this spring, weather permitting, of course. One in Boulder County, just east of Netherland, and one near Red Feather Lakes.
History is unfolding right before our eyes. This week, a former president will be arraigned at a courthouse in Manhattan. Former President Donald Trump is expected to head to New York tonight ahead of his arraignment tomorrow. Last week, he became the first president under criminal indictment tied to hush money payments to women before the 2016 election. Soon we'll find out exactly what he is being charged with. They're still under seal at this time. The Associated Press reports Trump is facing multiple charges of falsifying business records, including at least 1 felony. Trump will be fingerprinted, have his mugshot taken, and then appear before a judge. His lawyers say the unprecedented proceedings are still being worked out.
This is not normal operating procedure. Yeah, it's all up in the air. All the Tuesday stuff is still very much up in the air, other than the fact that we will very loudly and proudly say not guilty.
The Secret Service and the New York Police Department toured the courthouse and discussed security plans on Friday. After the arraignment, Trump is planning to head back to Mar-a-Lago in Florida to give a speech.
This week, Colorado's Democratic senators and other Western leaders will tour parts of the Colorado River. They will tour depleted reservoirs that the river feeds into. Water levels are falling so low, water managers say states will need to make unprecedented cuts to keep them from drying out. Since the feds might take action soon, Democratic Senator Michael Bennet organized this trip. Things should improve this summer when near-record snowpack in the mountains melts, but that will not make up for years of drought.
Well, today, DIA is closing part of their East Economy lot. They're going to be doing some maintenance work out there, so that means about 2,000 parking spaces are going to close. There will still be about 2,000 spaces open on the northern side of the lot. DIA expects the lot to reopen in October. Now, remember, you can check how full each of DIA's lots are ahead of time on DIA's website. Just click the Parking Transit tab.